Hello everyone, I am Sunita here on YouTube to explain you chapters NCERT of class 9th and 10th subject Mathematics and Science. Today I want to explain you class 9 chapter 1st of the science subject, that is matter in our surroundings. Do you know what is matter? Everything which exists in our universe is known as matter. This remote is matter. This pencil box is matter. This scale is matter. Now, anything which occupies space and has mass is known as matter. Ancient Indian philosophers said that all the matters, either they are living or non-living, was made up of 5 basic elements. That's called पंच तत्व. हिंदी में भी एक दोहा कहा गया है, क्षितिजल पावक गगन समीरा, 5 तत्व से बना शरीरा. Matter, the 5 basic type of the matters exist in our world, that is first the solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein, condensate. Okay, now I open the NCERT in front of you. Our modern scientists have evolved the 2 type of the classifications of the matters based on their physical and the chemical properties. This is highlighted here. The matter, physical nature of the matter is made up of particles. This is the matter is made up of particles. Now I want to clear you all these matter which I defined is made up of the particles. They are the particles which consist in the matter is very small in the size that we even can't see with your eyes. And to explain this, our NCERT gives some examples about this, that the water, there is a water in a beaker and a solid, that is like a salt. When we mix the water, when we mix the salt in the water, it it will become a solution. These elements or the particles of the salt add in the water particles. Again, if took there some part of the salt solution and mix it in the pure water, it also become the salt solution. These evidences show that the particles of the matter are very small and matter is made of particle. Now, states of matter. There are the 3 states of matter, जैसे मैंने previously आपको बताया था. This is the solid, liquid and gas. What are the solids? Solids are those which have the definite shape and occupy space plus have definite volume. Solids are fixed shaped, rigid, fluid, compression, and intermolecular species persist them. These are the properties of the solids. The solid state of the matter is mostly exist in all the material which we can easily touch. Just in our NCERT, a rubber band can stretch, is also solid. Sugar and salt molecules is also solid, but sponge is also solid and can compress. ये सब क्यों होता है? These are the properties of the solids which I explained you right now. The first property of the solid is that it has a definite shape and fixed volume. Solid particles are closely packed, the particles of the solids have very less intermolecular space between them, and the force of attraction between the solid particles are very much high. That's why they have a fixed shape. They are rigid also. Solids may break under pressure and force, but it is difficult to change their shape. So they are the rigids. अगर आप एक स्टोन को शेप चेंज करना चाहते हैं तो वो जल्दी से शेप चेंज नहीं होगी. आप उसको ज्यादा फोर्स लगाएंगे वो टूट जाएगा, लेकिन उसकी शेप चेंज होना बहुत मुश्किल है. दिस इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द सॉलिड. Solid can compressed. Why? Because they have, as you know, they have very little space. They can't compress much that can be visible through your eyes. But in the case when you apply or write something by chalk on a blackboard and consistently for the 2 or 3 days, after some time you have to wipe off it with the wet cloth. Why? Because there is an compression of the solids on the sheet of the blackboard. This is a very slight compression that we are just it's like negligible. ये बिल्कुल negligible की तरह होता है, लेकिन compressed होते हैं. उससे ज्यादा comparatively liquid compressed हो जाते हैं. Solid has high density. Why? Because the particles of the solids are closely packed and have minimum space between them. The force of attraction I previously told you between the solid particles are very strongest. So the solids do not flow. They are rigid, but they are not fluid. These are the properties of the solids. Now come on the another form of the matter, that is liquid state. यहां मैं आपको लिक्विड स्टेट के बारे में बता रही हूं मैटर के. लिक्विड हैव नो फिक्स शेप बट अ फिक्स्ड वॉल्यूम. ये फर्स्ट लाइन आपकी है कि लिक्विड की आप में कोई फिक्स शेप नहीं होती. आपने पहले भी दिखा है, जैसे कि यहाँ पर मैंने आपको अभी थोड़ी देर पहले एक एक्सपेरिमेंट में दिखाया था. एक ग्लास में पानी था तो उसकी शेप बिल्कुल ग्लास जैसी हो गई. इट मींस लिक्विड एक्वायर द शेप of the container in which it kept. Liquid, the particles of the liquid have comparatively more space between them. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. They are rigid but can be fluid. ये fluid है, rigid नहीं है लेकिन fluid है. The liquids cannot be compressed as much. Liquids को भी ज्यादा compress नहीं कर सकते. The reason is same. The particles have small intermolecular space between them. The liquid's intermolecular space is little comparatively more than the solids. Liquid has comparatively high density than gas. Gas के comparison में इनकी density ज्यादा होती है, लेकिन solid के comparison में इनकी density comparatively कम होती है. The rate of the diffusion of the liquids is higher than that of the solids. This is due to the fact that the liquid state particles move freely and have the greater space between each other as compared to the particles in the solid state. Is higher than that of the solid. This is due to the इसका मतलब है जो लिक्विड्स के पार्टिकल्स होते हैं उनके बीच में इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स अट्रैक्शन कंपैरेटिवली कम होता है देन द सॉलिड से, इसीलिए वो डिफ्यूज कर जाते हैं। ये हमने देखा है ऑल लिविंग क्रिएचर्स नीड टू ब्रीथ फॉर सर्वाइवल। इसका एग्जांपल है जितने भी लिविंग क्रिएचर्स हैं उनके लिए आपको ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत पड़ती है सर्वाइव करने के लिए, और जितने भी एक्वेटिक एनिमल्स एंड प्लांट्स हैं वो अपने ऑक्सीजन वाटर में या वाटर पे जो ऑक्सीजन के मॉलिक्यूल्स डिसॉल्व रहते हैं उनके थ्रू ले लेते हैं। इसका मतलब होता है कि डिफ्यूजन एग्जिस्ट करता है या डिफ्यूजन की प्रोसेस होती है लिपिड के मॉलिक्यूल्स में। Now the third thing or the third state of the matter is gas. Gas have no fixed shape and no fixed volume. They don't show rigidity. Why? Because the intermolecular space between them or the space between the two molecules of the gas is much more. A gas is a fluid form of the matter which fills the whole container in which it is kept. गैस ऐसी होती है उस कंटेनर में पूरे अपने स्प्रेड कर जाएगी जिस भी कंटेनर में उस पर रखा गया है। इट कैन कंप्रेस्ड व्हाई बिकॉज द पार्टिकल्स हैव मच इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर स्पेस बिटवीन देम। फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बहुत कम होता है, इसलिए डिफ्यूजन सबसे ज्यादा गैसेस में होता है। मैक्सिमम डिफ्यूजन अकर्स इन द गैसेस। तो एग्जांपल फर्दर पहले आपको बोला था कि अगर किसी ने परफ्यूम अप्लाई किया हुआ है तो वो कितने भी बड़े हॉल में अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग से है आपको आराम से एक कॉर्नर में जो दूसरा पर्सन है उसको भी महसूस हो जाएगा किसी ने परफ्यूम अप्लाई किया हुआ है। दिस इज ड्यू टू द डिफ्यूजन। सेम अगर किचन में आपकी मम्मा ने बहुत अच्छा कुछ खाना बनाया हुआ है, आप रूम में बैठे हुए हो पढ़ रहे हो, दैट टाइम पे भी आपको स्मेल आ जाएगी, नॉस्ट्रल्स में आ जाएगी, वाओ इट्स द स्मेल ऑफ पिज्जा और इट्स द स्मेल ऑफ matar paneer, something very delicious. Now these are three pictures of the solid, liquid, gas. Solid, the particles are very closely packed. In the liquids, the particles have much intermolecular space between them, and the force of the attraction between the molecules of the solid is very high. Force of attraction between the molecules of the liquids is comparatively low. And in the gases, the intermolecular space between the two molecules of the gas is very much, and the force of attraction between the two molecules of the gas is very low. So the density of the solid is very high, liquid comparatively low, and the gases have very less density. Gases flow is easily, so the diffusion process is very much shows in the gases, less in the comparatively less in the liquids, and very less or least in the solids. Thus, this I define what is the difference between the solid, liquid, and the gas. Oh, okay, bhai.